Hey Jeremy, thanks for your response. I think you had a lot of really good topics, and I think that deserves a lot of attention. I think if there's one thing I noticed from listening to your video, is that you really focused more on the economy more so than the climate change aspect of what's going on. So, my first thing is you mentioned that this Green New Deal will cost trillions of dollars, which it will, unfortunately, but Um, would irreversible climate change really be worse than a broken economy? Because we're living in we haven't reached the point of irreversible climate change. We're certainly on our way towards that. And would that be worse than, like some people losing their money? Um, I don't think a broken economy is going to be worse than irreversible climate change. Yes, it will cost a lot of money, but with the way we're headed, we're going to be spending billions of dollars every year cleaning up natural disasters. There's a recent study done that in the year 2020, around 102 billion was spent cleaning up natural disasters across the US. So each year, climate change gets worse, these natural disasters will get worse, and that's more money being spent cleaning up these towns and cities and uh, civilizations. So I don't think that, like that money could be going towards the Green New Deal and pushing these renewable resources. And you mentioned that the US doesn't have um, the funds or money to spend a couple of trillion to get these renewable resources, but 800, 7 to 800 billion alone is spent on the military per year. So if some of that money was allocated towards the Green New Deal, then that would be a start to renewable resources. You mentioned that um, the Green New Deal would um, cause a lot of job loss in the fossil fuel industry and especially coal resources. Um, that is true, but there are also going to be millions of jobs created with the introduction of more renewable energy sectors across the country. People have to um, work at these plants and run these plants and take care of them. So that alone will, replace those jobs lost by fossil fuels. And I think that's only fair. I think if you're going to get rid of an entire energy sector, an entire job force, it's only fair that you replace those jobs with other jobs. Now, yes, coal is much more energy efficient than renewable resources. That is unfortunately the case. However, just the negative externalities that come with coal is too great of a cost on our society and on our planet. Billions of dollars each year are going to the coal industry and then cleaning up our air and pollution from coal and fossil fuels. About a third of all um, fossil fuel emissions get trapped into the atmosphere. So, yes, um, we would have to spend money to get some of that carbon out of the atmosphere. But I think a climate where my generation and our future generation can thrive and survive is much more necessary than a broken economy. We have economists, we have many different ways of fixing a broken economy and getting jobs back. We've done it before in the past during the Great Recession, or the Great Recession and the Great Depression. And this is another thing where I'm sure we can do it again because, yes, we might have a broken economy, but that's not as bad as having irreversible climate change destroy the lives of millions, billions of people in the entire world. So, yeah, thank you for your response, Jeremy. You had a lot of really good ideas, but I think the Green New Deal is needed in this country.